All business entails risk, and I know this is a big shock to everybody, but you have to actually work. And I know that one just burst a lot of bubbles, that there's no magic button out there, but you do have to actually put some work in. All right, how we're going to be a little bit different than probably any other call you've ever been on. First, we're obviously going to make an offer at the end of this call. It's going to cost money, and it involves working closely with myself and Wes and having a lot of interaction with us personally. Most sales webinars are usually story-based with just enough content to get people interested. This webinar has 0 stories and 100% how-to. Now, I always disclaimer this. I leave this line in there because it's true, but I disclaimer it with the fact that sometimes we get questions from people on the call like yourself, and sometimes we use a story or an analogy so that we can explain the answer a lot better. So in response to a student, we may use a story or an analogy so that you understand the response and it makes more sense. But for the most part, we don't have any program stories that are built into this presentation. We're going to show you how to do some stuff on your own. We're going to give you the 3-step blueprint, and then we're going to offer to help you with it if you want our help at the end. Who this is for? People who want real change today. If you're looking to make a change, if things aren't going the way you want them and you're looking for a new system, you're in the right place. People who fully realize there is no such thing as success without work. Once again, just like I said before, there's no magic button. We don't have it. It doesn't exist. You do have to do some work to make things happen. People who are committed to helping their marketplace and communities as much as possible. Wes and I will help out anybody and everybody. If they reach out and ask us for help, that's how we work. Okay, and we only want to work with people that are of that same mindset. You want to have to be able to help other people. People who are willing to set goals, create a plan, and stick with it. And people who are not afraid to actually take action. So if you're not afraid to actually get out there and do something, you're in the right place. Who this is not for, okay? If you fit any of these, no problem. You know, we'll part as friends, go off. You can find something else, and that's totally fine. If you're satisfied with what you have, if you say, you know what, I have everything I need, I'm good, no, that's great. We're happy for you, no problem. People who don't want to work, like I said, we don't have the magic button. There's not one that exists. People who are looking for get rich quick, sorry, we don't have any of the get rich quick because, once again, that doesn't exist. People who don't want to ever have to talk to other people. Let's be honest, this is a people business. You have to communicate with other people, maybe not directly, but through different mediums. So you have to be willing to share with other people. People who aren't willing to invest in marketing. Wes and I invest thousands and thousands of dollars in marketing and education each and every year. Okay? You have to want to do that. People who are more excited about the next best thing as opposed to actually working. So if you're actually looking for the next new shiny object that you can just grab today, you know, for $7 and make, you know, $1 million in the next 5 minutes, we don't have anything for you with that either. All right, the game plan. Here's what we're going to do today, okay? Let's determine why you want to build your own successful business. Next, let's figure out what you need in order to make it happen fast. Then let's map out your plan for success. All right? Finally, we're going to show you our private training to fast track your success. For people that are ready to fast track things, we're going to show you how you can do that at the end of the presentation. So let's dive in here. So first I want to talk about the basics. What are the basics out there? When we look at generating revenue and we look at generating profit for our business, what are the basics? What does it really boil down to? Sometimes people overcomplicate the system. All right, the basics are you have to have something to sell, right? Whether you're selling a service, whether you're selling a product, whether you're selling anything, you have to have something that somebody's willing to buy, right? So there's 2 parts of the equation. You have to have something to sell, and we have to have someone to buy it, right? And I know that it sounds very simplistic, but really this is what it boils down to at the end of the day. You have to have something to sell, and you have to have someone to buy it. So that becomes your product of essence and your traffic. So we need those 2 elements in order to generate revenue for our business. All right, so let's take a look at some statistics that are out there right now, okay? And this is why we base this platform on 2 of the most powerful systems out there, all right? YouTube, okay, in January of 2013, just this past January, had 184 million visitors in 30 days. So 184 million different people used YouTube, right? A lot of traffic. Amazon. In January, 75 million, almost 76 million people went to Amazon. Now, these are just general statistics out there about the amount of people that use these two different sites. Now, what does that number mean? What does that number on YouTube mean? What does that generate? What are those 184 million people? What could we generate with that? What are they? And some of you are right on with it, right? You got it. That's massive traffic. Not only is it massive traffic, that's massive free traffic that we can tap into. All right, what is the almost 76 million people on Amazon? What kind of people go to Amazon? And you guys are right on top of this one too, right? These are hot buyers. People don't go to Amazon to basically just tire kick for the most part. When people go to Amazon, they're like, hey, I'm going there and I got my credit card, and they don't even need their credit card. Most people have Amazon accounts and they're just ready to click with the buy, one click buy. Right? They're motivated. They're hot buyers. So these are two of the hottest sites out there. YouTube being the second largest site out there with the amount of traffic behind Google itself, and then Amazon. Almost 76 million buyers are hanging out there each and every month. So what's the power of using this system? Massive traffic plus hot buyers equals what? You guys can figure out this equation. It's pretty straightforward. It equals revenue. It equals profits in our pocket. Right? And basically that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. So what is this blueprint? We keep talking about the 3 simple steps. I'm going to give you the steps and then we're going to walk through them and we're going to show you exactly how this is going to happen. All right. So step number 1, this is the most important step that you're going to actually be able to do. All right. It's market research. I'm going to do this live on the call today because I feel that this step is so important. I want to show you how to break it down, how to uncover 6-figure markets and take a look at, each and every market in full detail. Step number 2 is you got to do fast product creation. We're going to give you a blueprint how to do that. And then step number 3 is getting quick traffic. And we're going to give you the blueprint. So when you walk away today, you're going to have this blueprint that you can use. You can take it and you can implement it. All right, step number 1, the research. So I'm going to cover this on the screen and then I'm going to switch over and we're going to do this live. I hope that's okay with everybody because this step is so important. I want you to be able to see it and be able to do this when we hang up on the call today. This takes, remember we talked about 5 hours a week? The research section, you should segment this at about no more than 1 hour. And the best way to do this, Wes does this, I do this. Wes likes using the old kitchen timers, the ones that go tick, 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 right? He likes putting that on. He'll put it on for 60 minutes. He'll put it on his desk and he'll do his research. I like using my iPhone. I just bring up the timer on that. I'm fine with that. However you want to do it, you put a box around this. We only have a set amount of time to get this out there. Step number 1, the research, you got 1 hour, okay? What we're going to do for this research, we're going to use the Google AdWords keyword tool. We're going to type in a broad niche. We're going to look for a sub-niche, and we're going to look for specific parameters. And what we're looking for is we're going to look for good traffic, which we consider anything from about 3,500 to 12,000 searches a month in exact match traffic. And I'm going to show you this. So I'm just giving you this outline now, but I'm going to actually show you this here in a second. And then we like to look for low competition. We like to look for anything 250,000 or less for exact match. So that's our basic research. This is what we're going to be doing, and this is what you want to put that hour around. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to start with the Google AdWords keyword tool. So let's go ahead and bring up Google, and we'll just put in AdWords keyword tool. And we'll go ahead and head into the keyword tool. And let's take a look at, like I said here, this is where you can really start anywhere that you want to start. The first thing I do is I set this to exact match because I want exact keywords. I want the exact traffic. I know everybody's going to say, well, Keith, is it really exact? Well, no, it's not really exact, but it's certainly closer than phrase and it's closer than broad. At least exact match lets me look at a specific phrase and then I can see if it has any relevance. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at exact, and you can start with anything here. You could start with something as broad as weight loss. People are like, wow, that's really competitive. Are you sure you want to do that? Why not, is what I say. It doesn't hurt to research it. You might be surprised at what you'll find. So I've typed in my basic keyword, weight loss, because that's the market I want to check out, and I'm going to click search. And what that's going to do is it's going to start to bring up keywords down here. And you can see the keyword weight loss has 201,000 global. The reason I can use the global number with this method is because Amazon is a global marketplace. So I don't have to worry about using local searches. Now, the next criteria, so what did I tell you to look for? Anything from 3,500 to 12,000. Now, you can go below that, you can go above it. It's a general range that we found to be kind of the sweet spot. So what I'll do is I'll go down here and I'll see, is there anything that fits that? Like right here, weight loss foods fits the traffic criteria, but does it fit the competition criteria? So a quick way that we can use to figure that out, if we click on weight loss foods and we click on Google search, it's going to bring up weight loss foods inside of Google. Now the broad traffic is there's 93 million competition for the broad keyword. In order to figure out the exact match keyword traffic, I have to put quotes around this. So if I put quotes around this and hit enter, you can see there's 5.8 million other results. That's obviously way too much. It's not going to fit our criteria. So then we're done. We just drop back off of that keyword. So then I go down here again and I see if anything else, weight loss motivation, weight loss plans. Any of these could fit our potential criteria. Diets for quick weight loss. That one's a little below the traffic. Weight loss products, healthy weight loss. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to uncover my initial seed keyword here to see if it fits my criteria. This has got 3.5 million. So you can see we're still getting pretty competitive. Acupuncture for weight loss. Let's see if this happens to be. Now we're doing all this live. I haven't checked any of these keywords out. So basically, as I see this stuff, you guys are seeing it. So we're doing this together. And this is exactly what you'll experience. Okay, so that's 1.5 million. Still a little too much. Let's see if we can find, let's see, medical, best weight loss program. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what the competition on this one is and see if we can uncover a good one. All right, we're getting closer. That one's pretty close. That's not too bad. Remember we said about 250,000 or less? This one's got 409. So what I'm going to do right now, just for the sake of it, I'm going to bring up a text document. I'm just going to grab this keyword here, and I'm just going to make a note of it and put it. It's got 409,000 because that one could potentially. I could still come back to that if I can't uncover any other ones. So let's see if we got anything else that jumps out. Weight loss meal plans, weight loss for men, quick weight loss tips. So let's see. Let's check that one out. Oops. We lost one of the keywords. 408, we got another possible, a little on the higher end. Let's see if we can get one that's a little maybe supplements. We don't want anything like that. Weight loss tea, drops, juicing for weight loss. Let's check that one out and see what that has available to it. All right, it's got 1.1. Let's try this one here. So you guys can see this kind of, now there's tools out there that obviously allow you to do this where you can get the competition number a little bit faster than what I'm doing. I'm showing you the manual free way to basically do this so that you don't have to use any tools. There's tools, I know Market Samurai has recently updated so they use the actual Bing number, but there's tools like Micro Niche Finder and other keyword tools that will show you the competition number, so you wouldn't have to actually type these all in like this. All right, here we go. We just found one. You guys just see what we just found? Apple cider vinegar weight loss. I know it seems really weird. Obviously, there's a lot of people looking for this. So I'm going to grab the keyword. I'm going to go ahead and put it on my text document here. So let me just move this over here. Apple cider vinegar weight loss has 82,400 competition. And remember over here, Apple, it has 9,900 traffic. So it's got a good amount of traffic going to it. So this is the competition, and the traffic is right here. So that to me is a winner that we've just found. Apple cider vinegar weight loss. So what I like to do now is I like to, so we have the keyword documented. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Apple cider vinegar weight loss. I'm going to say show more like this. I'm going to check this box that says only show closely related ideas. And I want to see, is there any other, yeah, that one's real narrow. So let's open it back up. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to try to see if there's any other keywords that are related to that keyword that we could potentially use here. So let's flip that around, and now it just went that way. So let's go by relevance. So then I look at this and I say, you know, Bragg's apple, so that could be a keyword. So what I'll do is I'll check off, initially I like to look for about 10 of these. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll grab another one there. So basically what we did is we grabbed, I have my main keyword and I grabbed some of these other ones that are related to it that I could potentially use with my system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download these now. I'm going to download my keyword ideas to an Excel spreadsheet. All right, let's find where it popped up now.
While that's downloading, I just wanted to add real fast, guys, at making sure that you put a time frame around this. You could start off at point A and you'll wind up over at point L in the blink of an eye, and 8 hours can go by so fast. I use the kitchen timer clock because it has that tick-tock, and when I find myself way down over by L and I'm supposed to be back over here doing keyword research, I hear that noise in the background and it pulls me back into focus. As you're discovering and you're digging, you'll be amazed at the variations that you can actually discover and find on pure accident. But it's so very important to stay focused and remain moving forward. And what made me think of it was Kathy had mentioned chia seeds. You never know which direction you're going to go. So I wanted to just present the information, put a time frame around it. It's so important, and the kitchen timer works so great for me, and an electronic timer works for Keith. Just have something to pull yourself back in.
All right, so let's take a look at what I like to do is I like to start building my spreadsheet of what I'm looking at. This is how I'm going to analyze this market, okay? Now remember, we're talking about two things here. We're talking about Amazon and we're talking about YouTube, right? And what we have there is we have buyers that are on Amazon and we have free traffic that we can tap into from YouTube. We're going to leverage the power of Google. Now, this is a question I want to ask you guys. You think about, what does Google like to return in its search results? What does Google, when you type in a keyword, what does Google want to give you? They want to give you the most relevant results, right? They want to give you the most highly relevant results that you can possibly have. What do you think the most relevant result is? Do you think that if there's a book that's labeled what your keyword is, do you think that makes it highly relevant content? Google, you see, Google loves Amazon. They love Amazon books because Amazon books are what? Written by experts. Books are highly relevant content. So if Google can have a book from Amazon in their search results, they love it. That's why they give so much love to Amazon. So that's what the power of the system we're going to show you today is, how to marry together Google's love for Amazon with highly relevant content, with low competitive keywords, and then we show you how to take it to even the next level by using YouTube to ramp it up even more, which, go figure, Google owns YouTube as well. All right, so just on a simple analysis here, okay, the average book price for a Kindle book, on average, would typically be $2.99. And I know you guys are probably saying, holy cow, that's really cheap, right? It is. It's really cheap. And the average royalty on that book is about $1.94. And I know you guys are saying, wow, you guys are really, you're bringing in the big bucks here, right? Now, let me show you the power of the system and what it has. The power of the system is, it's passive income, right? We're talking about doing something for 5 hours this week that's going to continue to pay us month after month after month. We don't have to continue to do it. We don't have to redo it. We just let it go. And then we do another system next week and another system. So you can keep implementing this over and over again, all right? So let me go ahead and find my spreadsheet here with my keyword data. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the keywords And the competition, because I'm going to move some of this stuff out. Let me grab these. Let me copy these and put these right here. Okay. So that's the data that Google gave us initially. They basically said, there's your keyword. So let me open these up. These are our keywords that we found. We don't really, the competition number is what we already looked up. So that one there we found to be, what, 82,400. So that's our seed keyword. So we know we have low competition. And these are the actual global searches that are relevant to this keyword. Let me actually just do a replace and get rid of these brackets. I don't like them hanging around on here, so we can just see the keywords. So I'm going to tell it, find the left bracket and just replace it with nothing, and then find the right bracket and replace that. So basically all I did is I just took the brackets off the keywords because we don't need them there. All right, so we'll put in monthly. Where's our competition? Now let me show you how we can analyze this market, okay? The first thing we want to do is we have the number of searches, all right? That's what this number is here. This is the actual traffic that's in Google. Now, if we're in the #1 spot, which with our methodology, we have a really good chance of getting the #1 spot. If we get the #1 spot, that means we're going to get 43% of this traffic. So if we hold the #1 spot, we can get 43% of this monthly number. So that means for this one keyword alone, if we're in the #1 spot, we could potentially get 4,253 visits a month to our site or wherever we want to put it. Now the next thing we want to say is how many people are going to actually, from the traffic, how many people are going to actually look at our product? How many people are going to look at our actual listing on Amazon? And based upon what we found, and we'll call this view AZ, which will be view Amazon. And what we found is that number somewhere around 35% tends to be the average. So out of these people, out of this 4,200 people that come to our site, about 1,400, almost 1,500 of them with this keyword will actually look at the Amazon page. Now, keep in mind, if they're looking at the page, they're highly interested, right? And why do people go to Amazon? They go to Amazon to buy. Now, even with that, I like to use a low number here. Let's say, even though we know they're buyers that are hanging around on Amazon, let's say that only 10% of those people buy. And I like using conservative numbers so we can keep them low. So that way, when you do better, that just makes it that much better for everybody else. So let's say that just 10% of the people that actually look at the page actually buy. So out of this one keyword, we could potentially get 4,200 views, 1,400 people actually look at the Amazon page, and we get 149 buyers. Okay, so what does that mean? What's my total royalties on this thing? So if I'm making $1.94 equals this times this, that's $289 with this keyword, $289.05 a month. How many people think that's not too bad? One keyword, one product, $289 passive income. Okay, that means I get paid this month after month after month. It's okay. $289 is okay. It's pretty good. It's not bad. So let's multiply this down just to look at what these other keywords could be worth. So I'm just going to drag this formula down. And obviously I need to change. So those are set. Let me just fix this formula here so it calculates it right. And we'll try this again. Okay. So now we can see if we went after this batch of keywords here, which we're going to show you how to do, we could potentially be looking at, now we're up to, these are our totals down here. Now we're looking at $900 a month. We're talking about 11 keywords, $911 a month is, if all the numbers hold true. Not too bad still, right? So let's think about this, right? We don't want to overexert ourselves. We don't want to turn this into doing too much work, because I definitely don't want to do that. But let's look at this from a monthly standpoint, okay? So let's scroll this down a little bit here so we can see our information. Let's say that let's do a plan. Let's look at this from a month. Let's say we do this for a month, okay? Let's say you guys make a 30-day commitment to this system. You make a 30-day commitment. So what we're going to say is 5 hours a week, right? That's what we told you guys, 5 hours a week. And we'll call this book production. You're actually putting the products out. You're going to use the system we're going to show you. So you're going to give us that 5 hours once a week. 5 hours, you put this out there. So that means over the course of 1 month, you would have put 4 of these out there. Does that make sense to everybody? If I take 5 hours a week and I put the system in place, over the course of the next 30 days, that means I would have had 4 income streams that I would have put into play for myself. Right? Makes sense to everybody. So what would that mean? So Amazon, we'll say Amazon monthly. If we use these numbers as averages, based upon this one market we found right here. So if we did that in month 1 with this number, it would be 4 times that. So let me just make that. So that means if we did this for 1 month and we found a similar market that had similar royalties like this, that had similar traffic, which this is not a massive amount of traffic, that could be worth $3,646.35 if we took 5 hours a week for the next 30 days. Okay? What happens if we continue this thing on? Let's plan this out. Let's do 3 months. And obviously, let's say we're not getting overzealous here. We're not going to overwork ourselves. We're still going to just do 5 hours a week. So the next month, let's say we churn out another set, right? So that means in month 2, we had the 4 from this month, and then we have another 4 that we produced in that month. So what would that be worth? That could be worth $7,200 a month. How many people would be okay with $7,200 a month? Anybody on the call be okay with $7,200 a month for 2 months worth of work? Now, obviously, there's variables here. There's different variables and percentages that would have to work out. Okay? This isn't exact science. This is a general planning thing. Okay? So if we did this for 2 months, that could potentially be worth $80,000 or $87,000 for the year. For, in essence, 40 hours worth of total work, right? Because we only put in 5 hours for the first month each week. That's 20 hours, and 20 hours here. That's 40 hours, and this is passive income. Okay, so let's see what happens if we add on month number 3. Let's just throw it into the mix. See what we get. 12 times this, and this times this. Okay? Now, based upon the traffic numbers that we found right here, okay, it's showing us that analyzing this market, that if all the numbers hold true and we can lock down the spots and we get the conversions and everything holds true, this market, based upon these 11 keywords, could potentially be worth $131,000 over the next year after 3 months worth of work. How many people would be willing to accept that? Theoretically, residual monthly income for 60 hours worth of work. That's the power of residual income. Okay, that's just 3 months. Now, I could obviously expand this on. I mean, we could take this thing up to 6 months, and we can blow it on out here. Let me make sure my formula is right, and I'll copy this down and just show you some of the magic of numbers here. So after 6 months, you guys can see this thing's going crazy. $262,000, right? Insane, right? So just think about what if your stuff performed half as good as that? What if your numbers were converted at half? Would you be willing to take $131,000 with working for 6 months? With about 120 hours worth of work total for 6 months worth of work, right? A lot of people are like, yeah, I'd live on that. Okay. Now, are you guys ready for me to really blow your mind? Just type yes if you're ready, because if you think that's impressive, I'm about to just knock you out of your chair here. All right, get ready. Get some pillows down there, because you're going to fall. I promise. I promise you this is going to be exciting. Okay, watch this. So let me shrink this down a little bit so I can make sure you can see this. Okay, so this is Amazon, right? Here is the power of this system. Not only can we take this same content that we already designed once, right? We've already done it. We've put it in play. Now we can take, how many people may have heard of a little known company over there called Barnes & Noble and called Nook? Anybody heard of Barnes & Noble Nook? You can take the same content and multiply it over on Nook without doing anything else to it. You can take the same exact content and upload it on Nook, and guess what you just did by doing that? My Nook sales almost mimic my Amazon sales, so I pretty much double my revenues just by uploading the same content over to Nook. Pretty neat, huh? So look at that now. The numbers don't even fit on the screen. $500,000 after 6 months. Now, obviously, these are hypotheticals, and a lot of things need to align here. So this isn't exact science like I told you. But still, what if I could take 10, even 10% of that's $52,000, right? Now, you guys ready to get knocked over again? How many of you heard a little company out there, small little startup, they do a couple billion a year. How many of you heard of that little company out there called Apple? Anybody? Maybe you've heard of Apple? Well, Apple has what they call the iBook store. Just as big as Nook, just as big as Amazon. Well, guess what you can do? Guess what you can do? You take the same content and you put it over there on the Apple store. And guess what you just did in no time at all? You just multiplied your income 3 times fold. Now, like I said, these numbers, I mean, especially this number looks high, and we could even go back and try to make this, I think it looks excessively high. And I think, we got this one keyword in here called apple cider vinegar benefits. And this is bringing a lot of traffic. So just for the sake of knocking this down to more realistic numbers, I'm going to drop this keyword because I think this is inflating our numbers, and I don't want to do that. I don't like to inflate numbers. So I'm going to kill this keyword just for now. I'm just going to kill this keyword, and I want to show you still, without that big massive keyword that was anchoring this thing down. Look at this. Look at where we're sitting now. It's still 331,000 after 6 months. 6 months. And like I said, what if you could do half of that? How many people on the call would take $165,000 a year in passive income? Type yes in the question box if you would accept $165,000 in passive income. Now, mind you, you got to do 6 months worth of work, 5 hours a week. Okay, like I said, this takes work. But this is just one market we uncovered here. Just one market, and we knocked out the big number so that we didn't. I don't like excessive numbers because I don't like inflating the numbers. We use conservative numbers, and if everything lines up, this market could potentially be worth. Now, that's only 6 months, right? I mean, I can easily here with my magic Excel spreadsheet, I can multiply this thing up to 12 months for you guys and really show you if you committed to this thing for the next year, what would you be looking at? Just on Amazon alone, it's showing 220,000. And if we take Nook down, now we're looking at 440,000. Now if we take the bookstore down, 662,000. Right? Crazy, crazy numbers just by analyzing. You saw what I did. I'd never heard of apple cider vinegar weight loss. I'd never heard of it until today. It fit our criteria. It had between 35,000 and 12,000 traffic searches a month, and the competition was below 250,000. And then I grabbed these other related keywords just so I could get some other traffic spots from it. You could actually take these all out. I mean, you could just take these all out. Look if I take those all out and I just focus on the one keyword. Look at what this still does. Look at where these numbers still lie with one keyword. Right? One keyword that we uncovered on average $289. So if you find 4 of those every month, they average $289 a month. You're still looking at, month 1, it could generate you, $41,000 a year. To get to 6 figures, you're talking about 3 months with the 3 different bookstores. Now, this doesn't take into effect there's other places you can still put your traffic out there. Amazon, Nook, and My Bookstore are not the only games in town. There's CreateSpace, which is a physical book that can add more revenue, and there's other places you can put it as well. That's just analyzing one keyword over that time frame. Pretty powerful stuff, right? All right, so let's go ahead and jump back in here and show you exactly how you can do the rest of this stuff. So that's what we just did. We put an hour time. Now, we basically did that keyword research. Well, we've only been on the call about 40 minutes now. and I waited about 5 minutes to start. So really, we've only been doing this. We uncovered that in about 35 minutes. So that 1 hour should give you more than enough time to uncover your research. Stick to this. Once you start doing this over and over again, you'll be able to knock these things out. And I did that while teaching you. So think about it. When you get good at this, you can find these things 15, 20 minutes, boom, you're done. Okay? All right, step 2, the product. Okay? What you need to do to capitalize on Amazon's traffic as a product source is you need to create a quick book. Now, before you get scared and think, oh, I don't want to do a book and all that, the easiest way to do this, we're going to give you a simple thing to do, okay? The product. You got 1 hour to do this too, all right? Now, what we recommend, you choose the topic, which we just did. You can gather the content yourself. Now, what people like, I'll give you guys some inside scoop here on Amazon Kindle. What people like on Amazon Kindle are quick things like, you know, the 10 best ways to lose weight with apple cider diets, or apple cider diets, you know, tips and tricks, or the best way to lose weight with this. People like the best. They like, you know, tips and tricks. They like numbers like, you know, 7 days to lose 30 pounds with an apple weight loss diet, right? People like those they like to have parameters around things. You can gather the content yourself, so you can easily put together. Kindle books do not need to be very lengthy. I have Kindle books that are 5 pages long that generate me hundreds of dollars a month each. 5 pages long, no joke. Wes has seen them. I log into the account. I showed them to him. He about fell out of his chair when I showed him some of the books that I have that are 5 pages. It's not about length with Kindle. It's about substance and content. People want to get the information as quickly as possible. I don't want to read a 150-page book if I can figure out how to do it in 10 pages. People don't want fluff. They don't want smoke and mirrors. They want content, and they want it quickly. You can gather the content yourself. So you could go do Google searches, and you could compile a quick little book, or outsource it. What Wes and I do, we go over to a site called iWriter, iWriter.com, and we'll order 3 or 4 articles on the topic. So what we would do is we would take this keyword here that we found, apple cider vinegar weight loss. We would send that over to iWriter, and I would order three to 4 articles. I'd probably order 4 articles, and I would order 4 separate ones. And I would have those people. I'd say, hey, go. Yeah, I want you to go read the first person. I'll say, go tell me everything you can find about apple cider vinegar weight loss. The next one I'll say, you know, give me the 3 best things about this diet. And the next one I'll say, give me the 3 pros of this diet. And the next one I might say, give me the 3 cons of this diet. So what I'll do is then I'll compile all those articles. It cost me about $15. So for $15, I get all my content done for me. I don't have to do anything, right? And the only other thing I have to do is get a book cover. If you're not a graphic artist, guess where you can get a book cover? Go over to Fiverr for $5. So if you want to outsource this whole entire 5 hours, basically, well, not the entire 5 hours, but the product part, this 1 hour, for $20, you can get your articles done, and you can get your book cover done, and you basically have your product, right? You compile the book, and you publish it to Kindle. That's basically all you have to do to tap into Amazon Kindle. So you got the unique content, right? It's fresh, unique content because you had it written or you did it yourself, and you got a brand new book cover that somebody did on Fiverr for $5. You basically push it up to Amazon Kindle, and you're golden. You're good to go. All right, so that's the product. Now, obviously, given the time constraints on this call, we can't go through and show you all this, but we're giving you step 2, and that's all you have. If you can follow those steps, that's all you have to do to complete step 2, the product. Does anybody have any questions on step 2 before we move on to final step 3? A question that came in is, how long does it show up on Kindle? It normally takes about 12 hours and it's live on Kindle. So once you publish it, within 12 hours it's normally live on Kindle. PLR, I highly recommend. You can use PLR to get ideas and information, but don't take PLR, copy it, and paste it into a Kindle book. Your account will get banned faster than you know what happened to you. Another question is, what if, you know, can I use Fiverr for all my information? You could, if you can find people that will write articles on Fiverr. Maybe they'll, you know, sometimes what I find on Fiverr is they'll only do 1 article for $5. Over on iWriter, you can pay about the same. You're going to get better quality writers. So it's the quality of the writer. If you have somebody you're using on Fiverr that writes content, by all means, go ahead and use them. And you don't need multiple accounts. You have 1 account, and you can have different pen names and upload as many as you want to your Kindle account. All right. Excellent. So let's move on. Step 3 is the traffic. This part's going to take a little longer. This is about 3 hours. So you got 1 hour research, 1 hour product, and 3 hours to set up the traffic funnel we're going to show you. The first thing we recommend is you turn on KDP Select. Okay, if you don't know what KDP Select is, it's basically Amazon allows you to add your book to their Select program, and you can promote the book for free initially. The reason I do this is because I want to generate some traffic for my book out of the box. So I basically turn it on for 24 hours. I let the book go out the door free. It gets me reviews. It basically gets me ingrained in Amazon. Amazon starts seeing my book. They start seeing it's out there. I get reviews. It really starts to add things together for me. Okay. The next thing, we need to create an initial video. So what we do now, here's the easiest way to do this. I'll give you guys the hands down ninja way to do this. Okay. Order 4 articles for your book. Order a 5th article you're going to use for your video. This is the easiest way. If you don't want to think about this and you don't want to think about the content, order 4 articles to do your book. Order a 5th article, pay an extra, $3 to $5. Get 1 more article and use that as your initial video. You can do this on Camtasia if you do slideshows with maybe PowerPoint. I like doing that. Wes and I will also use Animoto or Stupaflix. Basically, we can just create slides. It doesn't matter. You got to create an initial video with relevant content related to your book. So what I might do is one of those articles I might have had them do like the 3 pros of the apple cider diet. And then in this video, I would give them that information. Hey, here's one of the 3 things you need to know, or 3 things you need to know before going on the apple cider diet. Right? Make it intriguing. Okay, and you can use ScreenFlow, GarageBand, any iMovies, any type of movie creation to create a video is fine. It does. If you have software, Windows, software, if you have, any of that stuff, it doesn't matter. We just gave you some ideas. You need to create an initial video, period. And however you do that, however you can outsource that to Fiverr. Surprisingly enough, Wes and I have had success going over to Fiverr and tell somebody, hey, I want a video about this, and they'll do it. And so for $5 you can get a video too. So you can outsource this piece as well. Then what you do to really take advantage of the traffic of YouTube, you multiply the video. So how do you do that? Okay, let's say I buy my seed videos. Say, you know what, I don't even want to think about this. I'm going to go to Fiverr. I'm going to spend $5 more. I'm going to have somebody create my initial seed video. The easiest way to multiply this is you bring it into Camtasia and you add a new soundtrack. You basically bring it into Camtasia, you add a new soundtrack, you render it 29 more times, and you basically do that each time. You bring in a new soundtrack, you render it. Bring in a new soundtrack, you render it, right? This is part of the secret sauce of getting the traffic, okay? Initial video, then you multiply the video. If you do it 30 times minimum, we recommend, okay? Because that's going to give us maximum coverage for our traffic. Then we basically upload to YouTube and we optimize it for fast ranking. Remember how we looked for a keyword that had good amount of traffic and had low competition? That's because we want our videos to be all over page 1. And when Wes and I implement this method, remember how we talked about page 1 and getting the page 1 traffic, in the #1 spot? Wes and I a lot of times, and I didn't tell you this before, Wes and I a lot of times, we're not going to just get the #1 spot. A lot of times we take over the whole entire page. So remember when we calculated, I'll bring the spreadsheet back up here. Remember when we calculated this #1 spot? What if we take over the whole first page? That means we get about 98% of the traffic. Okay? And I'm not talking about, I'm just throwing these out there because we've done it. I'm not speaking from theory. We've taken over the entire page. So this I like to use these as hypotheticals because they're conservative. Realistically, we can tap into most of that 9,900. And you guys will see what that obviously does a lot for your royalties and your traffic. So when we upload to YouTube and optimize, basically here's things you need to do, okay? Make a note of these. This is the important part. You got 30 videos. You want to put your title tag as your keyword, okay? So basically what we would do here, that's why we got these other keywords. So I would label my video apple cider vinegar weight loss because that's my main keyword. Then I would have another video labeled Bragg's apple cider. I'd have another one labeled apple cider vinegar weight loss recipe, weight loss drink, weight loss, the benefits, all this. So I would have all my different videos labeled those other keywords. I change the soundtrack in every video because when Google looks at the video, they're going to say, hey, how is this different? The content could be the same, but if the soundtrack is different, they're going to be like, oh, wow, the soundtrack is different. One other ninja cool trick when multiplying the videos, if you do, the cool thing with Camtasia is you can add a little slide at the end, and we call it an end cap. It's basically the end of the video. Another cool trick you can do is you can take that end cap slide and you can make it bigger and smaller. So all you have to do is slide that a little bit bigger, then render the video, then make it a little bit smaller, render the video. With your new soundtrack, now not only have you changed the soundtrack, you've changed the actual size of the video. The length of the video is different. So Google is going to say, wait a minute, it's a different soundtrack. This video is 40 seconds. This other one's 45 seconds. They're different videos, right? So there, you guys just got some ninja secret stuff that we use to really make this thing explode. So make sure you put your title tag and your keyword. Now in the description, this is key, in the description, your link should go to your Amazon page. What this is going to do, when your video ranks on page 1 of Google for your keyword, when people click on it, they're going to see your Amazon link. This does two things for us. Google loves Amazon, so they're happy they're promoting Amazon, and most people are more comfortable when they see a link that's a website they know. If they see a video and you tell them to click the link below and it's an Amazon link, they're going to be like, oh, I know what Amazon is. I'm comfortable with that. Versus clicking on a made-up domain name. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with made-up domain names, but by putting the Amazon link in there, you're having a comfort level because people know what Amazon is. They're comfortable clicking the link because they know, hey, I've been on Amazon. I've bought things. I have an account on Amazon. I'm comfortable with it. Okay? Very, very powerful stuff. All right, cool. Does anybody have any questions on step 3, the traffic? And where's my little, there it is, 3 hours. So we had 1 hour for the research, 1 hour for the product, and 3 hours for the traffic. This takes a little bit more because we got to multiply the videos and create them. Any questions on step 3, the traffic? All right, everybody's saying all good, all good, all good. We're good, we're good, we're good. Crystal clear. Excellent. That means I did my job. I'm happy I did my job. That's why I'm here to teach you and make sure you understand this. So thank you. Thank you for that. A question real quick. Somebody saying, what's the best length for videos? Optimal video length, think about this from a commercial standpoint. 60 to 90 seconds. 90 seconds maximum video length. You got to think about it just like a commercial. You're not going to want to sit there and watch a 5-minute video. Think about it like a commercial. Sweet and to the point. There's no minimum for Kindle books. There's absolutely no minimum words. Like I told you, I have a 5-page Kindle book. There's no minimum for words. You can have 3 articles, 4 articles, and have a Kindle book. There's no length determination. Like with CreateSpace, there's a minimum. You have to have 24 pages. With Kindle, you don't. All right, cool. Excellent. So basically, Wes and I want to ask this question now. Now that we've walked through the 3 steps for you guys, we want to ask, can we help you guys? We want to personally help you become a successful business entrepreneur. We want to help you guys. So there's a quick disclaimer on this. This is not going to be for everybody. Okay, this was a you know, it's a special event. It was only open for a special period. Okay. There's some general requirements that you need to meet in order to be accepted into this program. You must be willing to have a business plan, right? You have to want to follow the 3 steps and work through them in complete detail and actually want to work through it. Okay. You must actually be able to help people, right? Wes and I enjoy helping people. We go above and beyond for our students. You have to want to actually help people. You must be willing to do some work, okay, like we showed you here. Now, we put that 5-hour time frame. Now, it may take you 6 hours at first, or once you get really good at this, you can do this sometimes in 3 to 4 hours, okay? No, we don't like working with anybody that does any type of shady biz op, type of, we like everything above board, okay? Wes and I are very honest and we're upfront about everything, so we don't want to work with anybody that's related to any of that kind of, shady type stuff. What this is going to do for you, all right? You're going to discover how to become a passive income expert. You'll be able to find hot niches, create products, and drive free traffic like a pro. You'll discover how to implement the best products to receive the maximum profit for your business, and you'll become a market research pro to uncover niches in no time at all. You will use all of this to meet your lifestyle goals by creating a consistent flow of income for your business. Okay? This is what the system's going to do for you. If you're accepted into the system, okay, we have a 5 weeks hands-on training with us personally. We have a private client-only ultra-live exclusive workshop with us and your fellow students, and we have exclusive certification as a passive income expert. Okay. Now there's a warning on this. This is a closed course right now. This is not open to the general public. It is closed, and every now and then Wes and I decide to reopen it. You just happen to be one of the lucky ones during this reopen period. So the thing is, we only have 25 spots available. Whenever we reopen this, we limit the amount of people in the system because Wes and I want you to have success. We want to work with you. If we let too many people in, we can't give you the personal attention you need. So we have to limit this to only 25 spots. So basically, it's a 5-week intensive training. We teach you live what to do on Thursday. So on Thursdays, you actually get the training. So on Thursdays, you get the training. Each week covers a major milestone that you must pass through. By the end of these 5 weeks, you should be implementing passive income streams in no time at all. And you'll be able to find the ideal niche, create a product, set up free traffic, and generate passive monthly income. So really how this happens is every week you're going to have a brand new lesson. And on top of that, Wes and I also weekly, so you have the lesson time, and then also weekly we have an open Q&A session. So you basically go through the training. Once you're through the training, each week we have the Q&A session. So you go through the training, you get some time to implement it. If you get stuck, guess what? You come to the live Q&A session, the live help session, and we're there to help and hold your hand. Okay? So the Passive Income Expert, 5 weeks extensive training. Week 1, we talk about 6-figure market research. We really dig down in this and show you how to take this to the next level. We kind of covered it in high-level overview today. Inside the course, we cover it in extreme detail. Week 2, we show you how to do fast product creation. Basically, we show you how to get these things out the door and format and maximize and upload and get everything ready. Week 3, we show you how to do quick traffic setup, how to get the initial seed video, how to get it all going, the easiest and quickest ways to do it. Week 4, we show you how to do the quick traffic deployment. So basically, this is pushing the whole entire system out the door and maximizing it. And week 5, we show you triple cast multiplication, how to take the system and multiply it 3 times over onto the other platforms. So the total value for this entire training, 5 weeks of training, we could easily sell for $2,000. Our priority support, we could sell for $1,000. Our live Q&A plus the tools. So the real total value of this package is $5,000, and that's being pretty conservative based upon all the time that we dedicate to everybody in the program. So the bottom line with this class is, now don't go running off yet because we have a very special announcement. But the bottom line is, it's a one-time investment of $497 or 2 monthly payments of $299. But hold on, because we have something special to show you guys today for being here. By first order in only, we're only taking 25 people. You can enroll at passiveincomeexpert.net, but don't go there yet. Okay? Don't go there yet. Why? Wes and I like to reward people for taking action. So we have a fast action bonus. For the first 10 applications, you're going to save $300 today. So if you go over to passiveincomeexpert.net, and Wes is going to put the link, which he just did, in the box, and if you use fast action code PASSIVE, you can save $300 today. Okay? Passiveincomeexpert.net. You go over to that site, you're going to see the order page. There's a box on there that says fast action code. Type in the word passive and click the button that says validate. If there's still one of the 10 spots available, the validate button will activate and you'll save $300 today. But you have to be one of the first 10 peoples, that's good. You have to be one of the first 10 people to actually sign up and use the passive fast action code. Okay? So how it works, you enroll at passiveincomeexpert.net, immediately start your training in the members area. So as soon as you sign up, you're going to be able to start week number 1. Each week we'll cover a new milestone on Thursdays to expedite your success, and we hold a weekly live Q&A call for you. All right? So go to passiveincomeexpert.net, use the fast action code PASSIVE, and you'll be able to save that $300 if you're part of the initial people. I actually want to show you how this works so I make sure you understand. Here's the order page, passiveincomeexpert.net. Come down here where it says fast action code, type in the word passive, and then click this button here that says validate. Once you do that, you'll see that it'll adjust your $300 discount, and then fill out your order information, choose credit card or PayPal, and click Yes, let me in. Once you complete your order, it takes away one of the 10 spots, and then you're in. So this is the Passive Income Expert Priority Registration page. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take we got about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to open the call up to questions. So if you have any questions, anything we can answer for you, we're going to take and do that over the next few minutes here. All right, well, I guess I did my job, because it doesn't appear as though we don't have too many questions here. So I'll put this in here for that. And all right, excellent. So if you guys, hopefully you're getting in, hopefully those 10 spots, one of those is still available, passiveincomeexpert.net. Use fast action code PASSIVE. That's going to allow you to take advantage of the fast action bonus of the $300 discount. And we'll let you guys, the actual Q&A calls, Wes and I, once you sign up, we'll have a link in the members area where you can sign up for the live Q&A calls. And once you sign up today, you're going to get instant access to week number 1, so you can dive right in and start your training. All right. All right, does anybody have any questions before we wrap things up here today? And thank you. I appreciate all the kind comments. Everybody's saying that great content, great presentation. So we certainly appreciate that. Everybody's saying very clear. Awesome. Excellent. I guess I did my job today, Wes.
You did a fantastic job. If for some reason somebody thinks of a question later, you are more than welcome to email me at support@passiveincomeexpert.net, and I will do my best to answer it in a very timely order. Oh, Anne wants me to share, you are only seeing the very tip of the iceberg here. And that's actually very, very true.
Yeah, Anne came on the call. She's one of our actual coaching students, and said the real meat comes with the actual training. So thank you for that, Anne. We certainly appreciate the kind words. All right, we're going to wrap things up here in about 2 more minutes. And Mary says, is this about creating Kindle? Yes, Mary, it's about creating Kindle, because that's the quickest way you're going to get that product out there. Remember we talked about step 2, the product? That's the fastest way you're going to leverage the Amazon's platform. Okay, so it's the fastest way you're going to get a product up. And you guys can have a product up and running in 12 hours just because you have to wait for Amazon to approve it. You only really need an hour to put it together, but you got to just wait 12 hours for them to approve it. So literally anybody on this call can have a product up and running, a book on Amazon, in 12 hours. So it's really pretty powerful. And we want to leverage the power of Google's love for Amazon, because Google loves highly relevant content. And what is Amazon? They're books. You can't get more highly relevant than a book. And Ann actually says you'll be really amazed at how well this method works. I have several books up already. So thank you, Ann. Certainly appreciate that. All right, does anybody have any final questions? Otherwise, make sure you passiveincomeexpert.net. Take that down. You can try the fast action code. If you're one of the first 10 people in, use the fast action code PASSIVE. That'll give you a $300 discount, and you can get in and save that. You know, you got to be a fast action taker. Otherwise, we're going to wrap things up here. If there's any final questions, we're going to wrap things up here in about 30 seconds. All right, everybody, take that down if you need to wait to order, but we can't guarantee that the discount. PassiveIncomeExpert.net. Go ahead and take that address down, as well as take the action code. You can try it. Like I said, it's automated. If the 10 spots are there, you'll still get a discount. If not, then you'd have to pay the full price. So with that said, everybody, on behalf of myself and Wes, we just want to personally thank you for taking time out of your schedule. We know we have people here internationally. It's all around the world. It's morning, night, evening, afternoon. So we appreciate your time. We appreciate you taking time out of your schedule, and we hope we were able to teach you something today with the simple 3-step blueprint that we showed. We also welcome in all the new people that came into the Passive Income Expert family. We're glad to have you on board, and we're looking to see you build out your passive income stream. So with that said, everybody, have a wonderful day. God bless, and we'll talk to you all soon.
Goodbye, everybody. God bless. Bye-bye.